everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a book sleeve. I am using Polywoven as my base. I have my main inlining piece cut out at 12 by 18. My ties are cut at 8 by 5. And my quilt batten is also a 12 by 18. This print is on our site and its ID is ZS20. To get started, I ironed all of my pieces. I did all of that off camera. I'm going to lay my main piece on my batten piece. And it's okay if your batten has some overhang because you can cut that off whenever you're done. After you do that, you're going to head to your sewing machine and you're going to make your designs. You can do squares, lines, whatever your heart desires. You can also skip this step and it will just make it a flat design. And then now you're going to see me cut off the excess batten. Now we're going to take our ruffle pieces and fold those right sides together and sew the short ends closed on both sides. I'm then going to create notch marks around the corners so they aren't all bunched up when we flip them out. After creating the notch marks, we're going to flip those out. And then we're going to give those ruffle pieces a good iron so they lay flat. Now we're going to gather our ruffles. We're going to gather it to fit this short side right here, leaving about 1.5 inches of space at the top. I'm going to put my stitch length at the highest setting, and then I'm going to create 2 to 3 rows of stitches at the top of my ruffle. And now I'm going to gather my ruffle just a little bit more by my hands. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab the top string and hold firmly on those and just guide my fabric down that string. Now that we have those gathered, you're going to fold your main piece in half like that, and you're going to create some notch marks at the top about half an inch down. That way your ruffles start at the same spot on both sides. And then we're going to take our main piece and flip it where right sides are out. We're then going to clip the top of our ruffle to the notch mark we made and then put the end of our ruffle at the crease where we fold at the bottom. Sorry, this ruffle is out of frame. I didn't realize it while I was recording, but the other ruffle will be in frame. We're going to do the same thing to this other ruffle, start the top of it at the notch mark, and then bring that bottom part down where the crease is going to be when we fold it. I'm then going to secure our ruffle in between our main piece by clipping both of those sides. You'll then go and sew down both of those sides. So this is what it will look like once you get it flipped out. And then you're going to take your liner and fold it right sides together. And then you're going to sew these short ends right here. I did serge around this part. I did it because the fraying was just really bothering me. And then I'm going to go down here and create notches at the corner. So when you flip it out, it flips nice and not bulky. Now we have our straps. I forgot to cut these earlier, so I'm sorry about that. But I cut these at 4 by 15. You're going to need two of them. You can make them longer if you prefer a bigger bow at the top. It's just your preference. I'm then going to fold these strap pieces right sides together and then iron them both. After that, we are going to go sew this side closed and this side closed for both of them. You're going to leave the bottom open. Now I'm going to create notches all around where I just sewed, just so when I flip it out, it lays flat and it's not bulky. And then you're going to flip both of those straps right sides out. Then we're going to hit both of those with an iron. And then I'm going to create notch marks in the center of my lining piece and then the center of my straps. I do that by folding it in the half and finding the middle. And then I'm going to take my straps and match the notch marks up on both of those straps. Sorry, I went out of frame again and did not realize, but I'm just clipping those straps on right there. And I'm going to take my lining piece and tuck all of that into my liner. So you're going to have right sides together and then match up all of those notch marks and reclip and then match up the side seams. And then you're going to sew around that circle, leaving about an inch gap so you can flip it all out. All right, now we're going to find that opening we left and we are going to reach in and pull everything out through that hole. Apparently, I struggled and did not want y'all to see the struggle, so here it is flipped out. We are now going to close that hole, and whenever I do that, I just go ahead and top stitch all the way around. And then that's the last step. All that's left to do is add your book and tie your straps, and you're all set. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments below, and you can find this fabric at mlafabrics.com.